It's only possible to appreciate something when you know that it's going to end. What does this mean? Well, recently I lost my job, and it's a job that I have disliked since I started it. And so when I lost the job, or I was told I was going to lose it shortly, I didn't feel much remorse. I didn't feel much regret. And in the days leading up to the end of this job, it wasn't an immediate termination, it was the end of a contract. I started to post it in and I thought, well, there's not really any point putting any effort into this anymore. There's no future in it. But then something happened and I started to realize that for the past 7 years I've been doing something that was about to end. And it gave me a different perspective on it. The clients and customers who would have annoyed me before, they just became part of the fabric of doing this thing that I've been doing so long. And I started to appreciate it, not because it was different, but because it was going to be the last time that I would do that thing. A few years ago, I did a lot of martial arts training, and sometimes the classes would go well, sometimes they wouldn't, sometimes I would enjoy them, sometimes I would get annoyed. And one time I went to a class and I was training and I injured both of my wrists pretty severely, and I was not able to train anything really, exercise much for 2 years afterwards. A little bit here and there, but nothing intense. And I don't know, I may never be able to train martial arts again. Maybe I will, maybe there'll be a workaround, or my health will improve to the point where I can train like I did. But the point is that had I known that that was going to happen, would I have treated my training any differently? Would I have appreciated it more? But the truth is that everything is like this. Even if I'd been injury-free, I could have trained martial arts for another 10, 15, 20, 30 years, but the day would eventually have come when I could not train to the same intensity as I originally did. Or I would have been injured in a different way. Or much more likely, I would have just fallen out of interest with the subject. So everything comes to an end either through choice or circumstance or illness or death. Every relationship is like this. And even if you stay with somebody your whole life, a friend, a parent, a romantic partner, there will be chapters in that relationship where maybe a certain activity or interest or topic of conversation or living situation that you share with that person will come and it will go like a tide. People are very bad, or I'm very bad at living, acknowledging this truth. Culture is organized in a way that feels like it exists in a linear fashion, with one thing flowing into the next and things remain stable. Everybody else dies, but I haven't, therefore the odds are that it's not going to happen to me. In reality, life, I think, I experience, happens in epochs. Some epochs return, some relationships return, some don't. And there's always something new on the horizon. And so holding on to things becomes like carrying old books around that you're never going to read. My invitation to myself and to anybody listening to this is simply to ask, what is it that I am experiencing right now and not appreciating, that I can appreciate if I allow into my bones, not intellectually but experientially, the fact, the inevitability that this too shall pass. One day I won't be doing this thing that I maybe resent or take for granted. One day I won't be able to. One day I won't be here to. Something to chew on. Thanks for your time.